Hi everyone, my name is Vladislav Kazachek. I'm happy everyone here at the audience. And I'm a QA mobile engineer, I'm IT consultant and IT blogger. Today I want to talk about my favorite topic, about mobile apps, mobile QA engineer globally. And where click here? It's work? Yeah. Before my speech, I want to say that's my second speech on English, and how you can see, I am absolutely not native speaker, but I don't have a good English, absolutely not my better point, and I feeling something like that at that moment. It's so scared, but I'm sure we enjoy and we will talk about so interesting topic, and we'll start. Yep. About who we will talk, my speech, and basic problem of this topic. First, about who we will talk, just normal, manual, mobile, QA, engineer, without codes, without management, without automation. Normal, mobile, QA, manual, that's all. And problem, what's problem in the speech? I work with other specialists, that's junior mobile QA engineer and middle and senior, and here head of QA and lead. And I observed one, maybe more problem and system problem that specialist. And about that, I want to talk in my speech globally. And next, I think developer process of my team are used at all other IT teams. Who have that? First, who have that at junior and who work a long time in one company. What is problem? How can look like a process for work process of junior? Yeah, we go team lead, take a task, go do it. When work is done, we come again, take it. It's okay. Junior can think about this. My work is cool. It's good process and blah blah blah. But for future, it's trickster. For example, we work at startups and I didn't not use tools to test the API. Normal, small startup, maybe 10, 20 people without good development process and tools. And what we can do in this situation? For example, small things, we go on backend, change something in there, and try found what happens in our mobile apps. It's not good practice, but real how we can work. But what happens in future? We go a new team and start to work. And first task what we take from our team lead, that's a test API. What we can do with our experience? How we can work with for that? Go again backend, but problem. That team, that project don't have a test backend, just only release. Oh, that's it. Not good situation, work and release backend. I hope you don't work like that. And if you talk with your colleague, go in Google, maybe you go in YouTube, found my YouTube channel about mobile QA, you can find interesting tools that is sniffers. With that sniffers, you can work with API without change something in release backend. It's small win. And small second example, when we go for a technical interview. Globally, good interviewer can understand what we are, how a specialist, what we can do or not. And meta task from interviewer that understands how we fit for new team and how we can work in future. And normal situation when we work in maybe one company with old process with old tools, and it's okay. But if we not try learning something new, talk with colleague, and try found a new functional developer process and blah blah blah, we can lose a % of going new team and just lose. That's all. And message on this speech, if you want to work with different companies and create a great project, we need to take and interesting in the experience of the teams and new testing tools. So small. Next misconceptions. I can do it without developer. How can look like a process developer and new functional? Globally, create idea, create design, coding, testing, and that moment we down in cycle. Testing, find the bugs, fix the bugs, testing, fix the bugs, testing, and blah, 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 cycle. After that, so if you're like a guy, we go on and release. Woohoo! But how can look like this process for QA? That sometimes can look like a black box. I know a lot of people know what is this black box, but in that situation, when we not understand what happens in that app, so how we can work with that. And how we can test this if you don't know how that work. I think my point, we need to talk with developer because only that guy, spoiler. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Only this guy now how work our functional, and that guy can support for us create a test. Of course, we not need to work with our functional in a code level. We don't need to create make code review. We don't found so interesting topic what we can take and use our test list, checklist for testing. Lovely. And rule of thumb, we don't believe developer when they say it's working. We are love developer, we are support developer, but not believe in that moment. Rule of thumb. Well, for example, we have a text view in mobile screen. Joke moments, I found that example maybe half year ago when I talked with a senior developer. So funny moment for me. And we create text view, normal, typical for in screen. And how can think about text view, maybe intern and junior? Okay, I know it's rule. If we have maybe 10 letters, we show all letters. If we have one letter, we show one. If we have more letters, we have disappear something and show adaptive text. But if you talk with a developer, Android developer, that example, we can find some interesting rules for Android. In basic level, Androids work without how we have all letters and blah, blah, blah. That thing, how more we can show letters in screen. If we have a small screen, we have not all text. If you have a big screen and can show all line text view, we show that. Small rules, and that rules can maybe exchange you test if you don't know that. Yeah, next. And my message, developers in your team can help you to create better tests for mobile apps. Here, misconceptions 3. I think I don't need to learn and use unique functional of iOS version, iOS and Android. But talk, who just this audience, who have iPhone? Raise your hands, please. Oh, thank you, it's so interesting. Who have Android? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Next questions. Who know what is iOS version, OS version, have your smartphone? Yeah, not more. Okay, thank you. If you create mobile apps for this audience, for QA, we know what I need to use its smartphone for testing. Okay, next. What percent of popularity doesn't Android 12 have among users? Just, it's not big secrets. 50. It's maybe big, maybe not big. It's other questions. But facts in that, if we create mobile apps for big audience, we need know what happens in this OS version. For example, Android 12 have a rule for permission, and that moment after 12 Android we can have the situation when we don't have a permission, when we have a permission just one, and when work our apps. Just for, if we create maybe apps for taxi, developer, developer food, blah blah blah, that rules can change, broken our work functional if we don't think about this. For small example, I found mobile apps in Belgrade transfer and check how that's working. It's okay, that's apps work okay. If don't location manager date, that show just I forgot. Yeah, just text for me for understand what happens. Sometimes apps can just show maybe placeholder, maybe small pictures, what understands users what happens in that moment in apps, but okay. My message, if you don't want to miss up in the release, then you need to think about unique version of different ways. Next misconceptions, I don't want to research all the capabilities of the tools I use. Small example, we create a screen, new screen in our mobile apps, and that screen have rules. If you have normal internet, fast internet, we show whole screen. If you have a slow internet, so funny moment. Okay, if you have slow internet, we show placeholder. Just not matter, just placeholder. And how we can do that? For this task, we need to think like mobile apps. And again, if I'm maybe in 7 junior, I can take my smartphone, I hope, and go without connect with my Wi-Fi tag, maybe go in elevator, and hope this work. It's not good choice, but if we remember, we talked about sniffers, and sniffers chart proxy have a functional throttling. I like to just say throttling. And that functional can support for us testing that functional. How that work? You can just see. It's so easy. If we activate throttle, we have maybe half just what we choose speed. And if we deactivate throttle, just normal walk, what we have in our smartphone. But we need step back and ask it for us. Fast and slow internet. For response on that questions, we need to go maybe team lead, ask it here, and now what is this? And full dream, we did this, and now faster than 2 megabits and slower than before 2 megabits. Too easy, but how we can test that? Take again, go without my connect. So difficult. I think it's not a good choice. And we can go again in throttling. But globally problem, it's child proxy that functional. I have not laser, but you can see in screen that moment just small button when I activate that. That's all what can see who work with the tools. That's all. But if we go and two-step go and found in edit, we can found and choose speed internet. And with that, we can testing that functional pattern and how that can look like. That if we choose 56 megabits, our mobile app so freezing. Our what's YouTube? I forgot. Reels and Instagram and YouTube Shorts. Yeah, shorts, and if you choose 2 megabits, it's normal work. Small win for us functional. And my message is learn a new functional in the tools that you use, even if you don't use all the features now. And last misconceptions. I have time, right? Yeah. Last misconceptions. I don't need to use AI in my work. What we can say about that year, 2024? That year about AI? I think no, because a year about AI, last year. That year, I think about human who use AI and specialists who use an AI. But globally problem. What can do QA with AI? Because we have a specific our how can I say, professional. We don't create something. Sure, when we work with team, we create mobile apps, maybe websites, or maybe program and blah, blah, blah. But like a single specialist, we don't create something. Maybe test case, good, but not for users, not interesting for that. And what we can do, because our colleague can use AI for her works. Developer can create code for app, designer create design for mobile app, and globally create content for mobile apps. I love AI because that now I creating mobile apps for training manual mobile QA, and I created pictures with cats for these apps. It's so easy because I don't find a designer, talk with him, and blah blah blah. Just make a prompt and take what I need. So easy. But how QA? And QA have two important indications: test time and testing quality. How we can use AI for that? For small example, we have that screen for test. Just small dream for test screen. And how we can work with that like a manual mobile QA engineer. I can take maybe my smartphone, maybe I can take a list, paper and pen, and just start write checklist. It's not fast, but all old tools, okay. And if I wanna be faster, I can use for that AI. For example, I'm just make a prompt for ChatGPT. That's version free version. I forgot what's version maybe 4. And you can use a Gemini too. Why not? And I just create my prompt. That's about create please a checklist for this screen, and I send describe that, and I show me all checklist for testing. But we don't believe AI when they something talk with us, because they can just lie like a small trickster can be. And but globally that can support for us in indication time, and we can make it so better, fast, and like a quality. We can say just make a problem white list when we city-con function and think, what I can do with that, and you need maybe 1 hour, maybe more, for start to create something test. For me, it's big problem, yeah. And for mobile QA, what I think, my point, understand what happens in apps. If you need to understand log, why not? Help to create a checklist, create documentation, create content for test. Sometimes help for us too. And I check this with my students on course that work. It's so fast. And globally, my key points: learn about tools and about their updates, work and talk with your developers, and talk with your colleague, love mobile apps and smartphone, and don't think I'm a good QA only if I'm using coding. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Yay!